Flight planning is the foundation of any flight, and Garmin makes it easy across the entire GTN lineup. In this video, we're going to break down how to build, manage, and store flight plans using the GTN interface. I'll be demonstrating on a GTN 650Xi, but everything here applies to all the navigators in the GTN family. By the end of this video, you'll know how to create, edit, and delete waypoints, store and load flight plans from the catalog, load instrument procedures, and even handle things like search and rescue patterns and VNAV tricks. Let's get started. Okay, so to enter a new flight plan, tap on the Flight Plan button from the home menu. You'll see either a blank canvas or your current airport already pre-populated. Tap Add Waypoint to create your flight plan in the order that you would like to fly them. Start with an origin, add any intermediary waypoints, and finish with your destination. To load an airway, add your entry point, tap on the waypoint, and select Load Airway. Select the desired airway in the exit point, and then use the map to preview and verify that it's set up how you'd like. After previewing, tap Load, and it will throw that sequence into your flight plan. If you ever need to edit a flight plan, you can view the editing options by tapping on a waypoint. From here, you can insert before or after, or remove the waypoint altogether. You can also activate individual legs by clicking on the waypoint that you want to navigate to and press Activate Leg. This will bypass any preliminary waypoints but resume sequencing as planned from that point forward. Legs can be removed in the same manner by tapping on them and selecting Remove Waypoint. Let's move on to procedures, specifically how we can load an instrument approach. From the flight planning page, tap on your destination and select Load Procedure. Here you can choose to load an arrival, departure, or instrument approach. Tap Approach, and then select the exact procedure that you want to use. The transition will default to vectors, but you can click on it to select an initial approach fix if desired. Select Load Approach to load the sequence into the flight plan, or select Load and Activate if you want to activate it right away. It's important to note, if you only load the approach, you'll need to manually activate vectors to final at the appropriate time. After that, the GTN will handle the sequencing from there. To remove an approach from a flight plan, tap on the approach header and select Remove Approach. To hold at a waypoint, click on the waypoint in the timeline and select Hold at Waypoint. From there, configure the hold by selecting the course, inbound and outbound direction, turn direction, and specify the leg length either by time or distance. As always, you can preview the hold prior to loading and then select Load to activate it. Search and rescue patterns can also be activated in a similar manner by clicking on a waypoint and selecting Load SAR. From there, configure the pattern type, leg length, and spacing before previewing and activating. The configuration of these procedures can be a little tricky at times, but once you get them figured out, they become instrumental tools. Clicking on the menu button on the left-hand side of the screen will open various flight plan settings. From here, you can preview your route, delete the flight plan altogether, or store it in the catalog. If you fly similar routes often, then the catalog will be your best friend. Here you can store up to 99 different flight plans that can be activated with just the touch of a button. To activate, click on the desired flight plan and press Activate. If you try to overwrite an existing flight plan, a little warning box will appear so you can verify before proceeding. You can also select Invert and Activate to automatically load a flight plan in reverse order, as opposed to needing to store flight plans in forward and backward sequence. Before we wrap it up, I want to share a few extra tips that can help you get the most out of your GTN. I often use the VNAV utility to plan my descents on long cross-country flights. A helpful tip for this is to add a 3 nautical mile along track waypoint to your flight plan and program that to pattern altitude. That way your VNAV gets you to pattern altitude prior to reaching the airfield, hopefully preventing you from needing to rush through your pre-landing checks. Another helpful feature is if you have a FlightStream 510 or a GDL60 in the aircraft, you can send flight plans directly from Garmin Pilot to the GTN itself. Personally, I find the Garmin Pilot app a little more user-friendly for flight planning, so definitely take advantage of that feature if you have it. Okay, so that's a wrap on building and managing flight plans in a Garmin GTN Series unit. Whether you're in a 650Xi, 750Xi, or one of the older GTN units, the core workflow is the exact same. Once you get comfortable, it becomes second nature. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out some of my other GTN related content on the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.